Hello kids! I am Teacher Badette and welcome to our class of Mathematics 5. Are you ready for another lesson in mathematics? That's great! Our lesson for today is about finding common factors of numbers using divisibility rules. And our learning competencies are: use divisibility rules for 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12 to find the common factors of numbers, and solve routine and non-routine problems involving factors, multiples, and divisibility rules for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Are you excited for our lesson for today? That's great! Let's begin! Last week, we studied about finding the common factors of numbers using divisibility rules 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. But today, we are going to learn about divisibility rule for 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12. Now let's start with divisibility rule for 4. A number is divisible by 4 if the number formed by the last two digits is divisible by 4. For example, 532. The number formed by the last two digits is 32. And let's find out if it is divisible by 4. 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8. And yes, 532 is divisible by 4. Now let's have divisibility rule for 7. We can tell that a number is divisible by 7 if we take the last digit of the number, double and subtract it from the rest of the digits, and if the difference is divisible by 7, then the number is divisible by 7. For example, 574. Then we have to double the last digit. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. And we're going to subtract 8 from the rest of the digits, which is 57. 57 minus 8 is equal to 49. Then let's find out if 49 is divisible by 7. 49 divided by 7 is equal to 7. Therefore, 574 is divisible by 7. Now, let's have divisibility rule for 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last three digits is divisible by 8. For example, 23,888, and the number formed by the last three digits is 888. We're going to divide it by 8 to check if it is divisible by 8. 888 divided by 8 is equal to 111. Therefore, 23,888 is divisible by 8. Let's have this another example. 94,000 is divisible by 8 because its last three digits are 0. It means that any number that ends with 30 is divisible by 8. Do you understand, kids? Very good. Now let's move to divisibility rule for 11. A number is divisible by 11 if the last digit subtracted from the rest is divisible by 11. For example, 275. The last digit is 5 and we have to subtract it from 27. 27 minus 5 is equal to 22. And we have to find out if 22 is divisible by 11. 22 divided by 11 is equal to 2. That's why 275 is divisible by 11. Now let's have the last divisibility rule, which is divisibility rule for 12. A number is divisible by 12 if it is both divisible by 3 and by 4. For example, 1716. We have to add the digits to check if it is divisible by 3. Let's go. 1 plus 7 plus 1 plus 6 is equal to 15. Is 15 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. Now let's check if the number is divisible by 4 also. Now let's have the number formed by the last two digits, which is 16. 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. Yes, it is also divisible by 4. That's why 1716 is divisible by 12. Now kids, let's study the following data on this table. The table shows that numbers 200, 308, 240, and 3144 are divisible by 4 because it can be observed that their last two digits are divisible by 4. 308 and 231 share a factor of 7. On the other hand, 200, 240, and 3144 can be divided by 8. 11 is a factor of 308 and 231. Lastly, 240 and 3144 are divisible by 12. You would also notice in the table that there are pairs of numbers having more than one common factors, just like 200, 240, and 3144 are divisible by both 4 and 8. Therefore, 4 and 8 are common factors of 200, 240, and 3144. Likewise, 240 and 3144 are divisible by 4, 8, and 12. Therefore, 4, 8, and 12 are common factors of 240 and 3144. Now kids, let's try this problem. A dressmaker has two laces, 60 meter and 80 meter long, respectively. She will cut them into pieces with equal length. What is the possible length of cut? Now let's answer the questions. The first question is, how long are her laces? That's right. The laces are 60 meter and 80 meter long. Now the second question is, what is being asked in the problem? That's correct. The equal length of cut on the laces is what is being asked in the problem. Now let's have the third one. Use divisibility rules in getting the common factors of those numbers. Now kids, we are going to use the divisibility rules that we learned. Let us write first 60 and 80. Let us observe the numbers and let's write all the divisibility rules where we can apply both of these numbers. The first one, 60 and 80 are both even numbers. That's why they are divisible by 2. Second, 60 and 80 can be divided by 4. That's why they are both divisible by 4. Lastly, 60 and 80 both end with 0. Therefore, they are both divisible by 5 and by 10. By using the divisibility rules, we found out that the common factors of 60 and 80 are 2, 4, 5, and 10. Now kids, do you already understand our lesson for today? That's great! But for me to measure your understanding about our lesson, I prepared a short quiz for you. All you have to do is to write the common factors of the following pairs of numbers. I will give you 3 minutes to find the common factors. For number 1, the number pair is 64 and 16. For number 2, the number pair is 80 and 100. For number 3, the number pair is 120 and 144. For number 4, the number pair is 168 and 240. For number 5, the number pair is 280 and 328. Are you ready, kids? That's great! And your 3 minutes will start now. Time's up, kids! Your 3 minutes has already ended. It's time for us to check your work. Now, let's write the common factors of the following number pairs. For number 1, the common factors of 64 and 16 are 2, 4, and 8. For number 2, the common factors of 80 and 100 are 2, 4, 5, and 10. For number 3, the common factors of 120 and 144 are 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. For number 4, the common factors of 168 and 240 are 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. Lastly, the common factors of 280 and 328 are 2, 4, and 8. Did you answer it all correctly, kids? That's great! Excellent job! Now I know that you really understand our lesson. That's all for today, kids. Again, this is Teacher Badette. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.